Hello everyone, and welcome to Ready City Crits Dragon Heist. I am your DM, Harna, and I am joined by my usual crew of Chaos Gremlins. Let's start off with our modeling complainer, Lux.
Hi everyone, my name's Lux. I play a very not chaotic and very good halfling named Bosco Longflower Brandybeck. I'm a halfling artificer, and that's pretty much it for me for today. I'll break down to whoever's above me. What way is it?
Rob. It's Rob.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rob. I play Logan Margaster, human paladin who puts the fit in Misfits. Not the face of the party, but just a nice face. The real face of the party, though, is who I'll pass on to next.
Hello, I'm Adam. I'll be playing Gabriel, our resident human warlock, and, decently moral face of the party. And lastly, I'll pass the torch on to the person 6 feet under me.
Wow. Hi, my name is Will Sword. I am your phantom rogue shifter. Apparently chaotic evil now. And yeah, I did some bad things the last session.
Yes, indeed. There was many things that occurred in the last session a long fucking time ago. I'm sure we all vividly remember. I definitely do.
I don't even know my book is. That's how long has it been?
From what I recall, the party finished up with a few odds and ends, sorting out things like getting a body picked up, planning to get a raised dead done, finding out some good information about Xanathar's hideout, his actual guild, and how they might be able to deal with breaking in and getting some good information in that regard. They basically gathered some good intel, basically give them tomorrow evening that they could get access in via a fighting arena, by going to a meet in the version of the square with the passcode First Blood. They dubbed themselves the Misfits and kind of went on their way. At the moment, they also dealt with recently have just come back from the hole in the wall, where they were like attempting to find a halfling, and who they succeeded in finding. He had tucked himself away, hidden up in the attic space, and they found out that he did not want to return home. He was quite happy with his new found location, so the party agreed to let him go and we left him to it, which was good. And yeah, I think that more or less catches us up. The party all rested. Unfortunately, they did feel the mission to get him back safely, so the Zentrum did lose one renown with the group. I think today they were getting ready to go down and investigate the Xanathar Guild and begin doing their first little bit of reconnaissance and intel and surveillance, effectively, of this place, so they can try to acquire the next Stone of Galore. The next eye. Yeah, you all wake up. You are long rested. What would you like to do?
What time should you go to this arena today?
Gabriel will probably walk out from the kitchen grabbing coffee and some toast. Say again, the Zents. I think it's around around sunset now. The tournament itself.
Maybe you're told tomorrow evening. Yesterday, so it'll be evening time. So 6 p.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m. the earliest.
I would say maybe we could go half past 5. Fashionably early.
Maybe we should go a little
That's
bit early.
not a thing.
Maybe we should go a little bit earlier to just to scout around a little bit.
Then we'll look a bit too eager, won't we?
Yes. Could be, I guess, I suppose.
These people have eyes and ears everywhere, especially around their hideouts. I wouldn't like to, see him as a snoop right off the bat.
Okay,
The-
but so we need to think of a way to get there, but none of this fashionably early nonsense. That's not a thing. That doesn't exist. You're fashionably late, or you just don't go. That's like the ultimate fashion move. So why don't we see if there's another way we can get there? Maybe to do a job or to pretend to clean something. I don't know. Just the ideas, man.
How about to dress Logan like a street cleaner, and then he can pretend to be, clean the shit all over the place in there, and then I can get some information. It's a real idea.
I mean, we could do, but I need different clothes for that, whereas you could go exactly as you are.
And don't forget, when we was snooping around, I'm pretty sure one of those creatures with the eyes was invisible, wasn't it?
Oh, no, not those. Not those. I remembered I'm busy tonight.
But no, I forgot to tell you guys, I do actually have a lingering job we can try to do. I have a terrible hunch after the information our dear friend gave us that I'm hoping is not true, but there's a few links I might have added up if this is, this quest or job, you could say, goes that way.
What sort of job? Because if I recall, we are also meant to be on the lookout for some strange guy at the yawning portal.
Yes, well, that is the job there.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, that one. Because all it was to just observe his, movements, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. And the problem is that after the information our dear old new friend gave us, I'm a little bit worried it might be not just him, you could say.
Ah, I catch the drift. Well,
But my eyes, even though I know what to look for, my eyes aren't the best, so I'll need to use your eyes to see if we can take notes, see if we can spot anything.
well, we do have the time. I would just suggest that we do not exhaust ourselves before the tournament itself.
Oh yes,
Yeah, partly.
we need to engage in any combat with him. Just
No. I'm not saying we want to, but it tends to go that way sometimes.
well, he is still a member of the Black Staff, so we don't really want to kill him or anything like that. Just observe, see anything, we can report back, see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Fair enough.
I'm just hoping my theory isn't right.
Well, in that case, I suggest we finish up our breakfast and set off.
Sounds good to me.
All right. You finish your breakfast. Luckily, it is your lizard folk chef on this morning, so it doesn't take too long to get plated up. It is a bit more, perhaps, crunchy than you might enjoy. You're not quite sure how they managed to get such a crunch in porridge, but life goes on. But yeah, you step out of the old familiar. You're into the warm, welcoming streets of.
We feeling for a walk today? Or a carriage,
Definitely
What's the weather
carriage.
like at the moment?
That is a lovely question. Let
If
me
it's
just
pleasant,
pull-
Logan would probably be down to go for a walk.
How far is it from the tavern?
Fair way. Like halfway across town.
Oh, shit.
Right now, it's kind of like an average. It's fairly mild day. It's about like 13, 14 degrees. There is a fairly brisk wind, about nearly 20 miles an hour, though, that kind of like cuts through the wind tunnel of the streets of the city, which does give a little bit of chill despite the mild day. But the sun is high in the sky. There's no clouds, anything like that.
Logan will kind of have his hat on his beret and be like, no, let's get a carriage. I'm not walking in this. It'll mess up my my hair.
Well, fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, she probably held like
His hair, by the way, not moving. Not a single strand is moving.
He wakes up in the morning and like empties a full can of Tresemme into his hair.
I do sometimes wonder what you do to her hair. It's almost like it's a rock solid.
It looks almost fake, to be fair.
Do you have to file it?
Is that a wig you have in your head?
No, let's just Bosco. Can you do your carriage magic and find one of your pals?
T100, let's go.
I thought like touch his hair a little bit from behind.
I'm just staying away from him completely.
You can make it
As soon as
a.
he started paying interest in me, just no.
Just make me general. Let's say dexterity checks, Sullivan, to see how much of a jump you get. 18. I think is that your AC, Logan? I think it does get you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you feel his hair, Sullivan, and it's
Rock
got a
solid.
bit of. Yeah, it's not quite rock solid, but it definitely has a bit of.
But sticky as well, like.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard to
what-
describe.
My friend, what do you put in your hair? It's like it's hard at the same time. It's very sticky. And do you know what? I don't even want to ask that question. I don't want to know how.
I thought not.
What kind of
thought not.
substance you apply to your hair?
Egg whites, I'm sure.
Yeah, you could call it egg white.
I mean, you think what you want. It's taken me many years to find a look that I like and stick with it. I advise you do the same, Sharpish.
I find you have very low standards. Jesus. Okay. I mean,
Alright, let's get in the cab, folks.
Yeah, I'm gonna whistle for a cab, and I did actually hit the threshold.
Yeah. A cab pulls up, and you recognize the driver, Bosco. This driver you had a couple of jobs ago. You took quite generously. He kind of sees you, gives a little small nod, and just kind of goes like, "Well, hoping, where to?"
To the Yulon portal, please.
Alrighty, let's go. And with a crack of the whip and a little bit of time, you are trotted down the high road, down through the trades ward, and end up just in the castle ward at the yachting portal. No charge given as you dismount. Your percentage is going to reset back to 5 now, and again, it's slowly increment up. and down.
during the journey, I'll turn around to Bosco and I was like, Bosco, have you ever thought of opening your cab company? I mean, it seems like you don't know a lot of these people. Maybe you can try, poach them and then start your own company. Hmm?
I mean, we do know we own a pub together, right? I mean,
Exactly. How about if you own a pub and a carriage company?
should we just try to get the pub up and running completely, sustainable
I
basically?
know, but if that idea comes into mind, just bear in mind Sullivan was the one that poached you first, and don't tell anyone. Just Sullivan. We can be business partners. We can make a lot of coin.
Maybe we could taxi service on top of the pub, so then when we need a taxi home, we have some private taxis. We could possibly do that, but then we have to get stables, and then horses, and then someone to look after the horses. You see where we're going here? And then people who know the city as well. See where I'm going, Sonny? It takes a lot of money, and a lot of maintenance. Do we even have the space? There you go. Do we?
I don't know. Logistics, my friend. We can discuss after anyway. Just let's just put a pin in it. Because remember, Sullivan came up with the idea first.
Mm-hmm.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna tip the taxi driver 5 copper, and before he can say anything, I'll run off.
He kind of gives you a small smile and a nod as you head into the yawning portal, and then you hear him pull up behind the other trays and stuff and just get himself all staged up and ready. Alrighty, yeah, you guys are at the yawning portal now. You're very familiar with this place, been here many times.
Remind me again, Bosco, how does our contact look like? I believe he has some wicked blade on him.
Yes, so his name is... let me read.
Maloon.
Maloon. I thought it was Maloon, but I thought that doesn't sound right. Yes, it was a Maloon. His reference was... the reference was he's a human, handsome, Tamal, loves a good fight. He's blonde scruffy hair. He tends to wear plate. Wields a great axe called a zerg. I don't know what an axe is. I've apparently it was taken as a note from Lord Old Patron of the Blackstaff.
And is this something that we should be on the lookout for, specifically? She mentioned that he was acting peculiar, different. So I think it's just Gotcha.
observe his movements, maybe see if there's any struggle, and just kind of just a simple observer job. You don't have to interact per se.
I might try and strike up conversation just out of curiosity. You never know.
Yeah, look, we've got the same patron, so it's terribly awful. Also, Dan,
Yep.
the axe, because she gave me a name for the axe. Could I make a history
Azure
check?
Edge. Yeah, you can make a
Yeah.
history check if you like.
To see if it bring a bit. I'm sure it doesn't, because I'm not from here. But okay, it's 22.
Let's go. I think he must have gotten some kind of cough or sore throat. Maybe you speak incredibly quietly. Are you alright?
There we go. Is that better?
That's it. You just got to remember to project your voice from down
Yes, it happens to most of us.
Oh.
We're not your people. We have altitude to deal with.
You would have heard of Azure Edge before. It's like a battle axe that was forged by an archwizard a long time ago. Its kind of like sole purpose is to protect Waterdeep, and it's only wielded by those who kind of have the city's best interests in their heart. Kind of almost like a mythical, fabled weapon. It is.
I will relay that to the party if they haven't already heard of that. I'm assuming someone like Logan would, because he's a dentist in this place.
Well, let's go have a look then, shall we?
Aye. Yes. Yeah, sure. I am totally not nervous.
Do you step inside? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take you too long to obviously, to have a quick survey of the area. And yeah, with even with Bosco's fully basic description of a blonde, rugged man of plate mail, big axe, and the axe probably thing you spot first. You see Azure Edge. It is this beautiful, very obvious, even at a glance, this. If not a magic item, it is incredibly well kept. I would say a lot of you being a bit more clued in now of where you are. You see it has this solid steel handle etched with tiny runes, wrapped in blue dragon hide with a star sapphire set into the pommel. The head itself looks like it's forged from silver, electrum, and steel alloys, because the edges seem to just constantly shimmer with that deep blue luminescence. It is very clearly a very potent weapon, slung over his back. And he kind of sits, he's drinking an ale, and he's laughing. He's got a big group of people around him, you see various adventuring types. Look like a fairly, standard kind of setup of a party. And they're just chatting and having a decent time. They're not, doesn't recognize any of you, hasn't, you do spot him, eventually they're looking around with that description.
How do you want to approach this? Are we going to just put it up there now? Or should we observe the background first?
That looks very expensive.
Don't you dare, Sullivan. You'll lose
To just, say what everyone else is thinking. I'm sure someone like Logan could use something like that. I'm just saying, not that one. But something that looks exactly like that one, but not that one.
I agree. I think that's an excellent idea, and I think you should go do something about it on your own, Gabriella. Leave him to it.
Yeah.
Remember,
you know what he's like. He only has enough brain space for one idea at a time, so he needs to see this one through before he can actually do something productive.
Remember, he does share the same patron as us as well, so stealing something that is actual national treasure for the city, probably not the smartest idea, Sullivan.
I'm not saying I'm going to take it. I just made a comment saying it looks nice and very expensive.
And usually when you do that, you tend to try and nick it.
I'm sure someone outside of Waterdeep would pay a lot of money for this. But anyway.
I do have an idea on what I could try and pull. Just go ahead, strike up conversation and mention that we had a very strange encounter with what do you call those beings? The tentacle ones?
Which ones? You got. Well, from my research, you'd call.
The tall one, the suck like
Oh, him.
Mm-hmm. And
Logan's ex-girlfriend, probably. Yes, exactly.
Don't be childish,
A
Sylvan.
lot of tentacles. A little bit of hentai going on there. I'm sure he's very fond of it.
So now who?
I mean,
now-
so would you be if you opened your mind a little?
So, there's a technical term for them are illithids, but some in references were called mind flayers.
So, hear me out. We, one of us happened to volunteer, or Logan, because he's also very talkative, and he got to go a nice face first with that person. Could, swagger up, start up a chat like, oh, we ran into the strangest creature when we were down and under on this noble quest. It had so many tentacles and this many eyes, and and see if he reacts in some way. Because,
I will say, due to reasons and experiences I've had, probably not best for me to approach with you guys, just in case, he is one of those,
fair enough.
puppets.
You know what?
Because then he will know I'm here, and he will know I'm onto
Right.
something.
How about this?
Bosco, you can make me a Arcana check, just because I think I know what you're talking about, and I think this would be something that maybe you would have dug up in your research. 17. So you've kind of been doing a little bit of research into like the Illithid and Intellect Devourers and what you kind of encountered back then when you had your little blackout. You did find, although it's not been proven, there's a suggestion that basic abjuration magic, like protection from evil and good, can actually expel Intellect Devourers from their host. The issue is it doesn't necessarily reverse the effect. If the Intellect Devourer's in there and you do that, the body is just a corpse. There's no brain in there to keep it going. You would know you need a much more powerful spell, something way out of your roadhouse to restore the host's brain beyond even regenerate. It's something much more potent, I think. Something you
The only reason I think is because the little friend from the last session told us he's been using mind flayers to puppet people. So that's what I'm thinking. He can probably see through them. That's what I'm trying to stay behind. But I'll relay that to the party about potential ways to rid of this curse per se, and how actually recovering the brain is near impossible or out of our hands.
Well,
But yes, good luck, guys. And I'm gonna scuttle upstairs to the second floor and just try and
all right.
peek upstairs.
Be on the lookout, and boys, I say go strike up a little chat, a little story.
I mean, can always tell about that time when I almost died down that pit over there. So
Yes, but that won't, that's not that much to relate it to our, target as an illithid.
maybe we
But
can
I'm
say
sure-
there's one of those downstairs.
Fair enough.
Maybe we can say there's one of those down there.
You can follow that. I was like, I hope there's none of those downstairs.
as you're talking, you see he gets up from the table and he moves over to the bar and he goes like, "Lieutenant, give me a few more pints of ale for me and my buddy chums over there." You turn and just it's pouring.
Is Durhan's sword still like on top of the bar? The Vorpal sword.
Yeah, Durden's weapon is still mounted up in the above the bar. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
I've lost.
I think it's his
Or,
internet.
resident paladin. Here we go.
We will. Yeah, Gabrielle probably also go and order up some drinks for herself and the other party members.
Yeah, of course. You end up saddling up next to Maloon. Vernon doesn't really look to get your attention at the moment. He's already serving someone else.
Yeah, she wait a bit. Like,
Maloon doesn't really engage with you unless you engage with him.
yes, I do have to say, good sir. Sorry for interrupting you. That's a lovely weapon you have there. Quite the relic.
You have a keen eye.
Well,
Yes,
it's-
indeed.
It's quite eye-catching.
Amazing craftsmanship. Where did you get this from? It's beautiful.
This is Azor Edge, and he hefts it like off his shoulder and kind of holds it quite proudly in front of himself. Let's just say it found me. That's probably the best way to put it.
Wow, how poetic.
Oh, it looks pretty heavy as well. How do you manage to swing that? Don't get me wrong. You know the biggest folk in here, and that's a pretty big weapon.
Well, it helps if you've got pretty big muscles, little one.
There's like, like fucking veins and shit just pops out. Wow. I have to say that's just as impressive as your sword, friend.
It's interesting. You said that it found you. Maybe you were the treasure all along. Aha.
You remind me of someone who comes here fairly often. You know, I have to remind him that unfortunately don't swing that way, my friend. I do appreciate it. You're a very handsome man and all, but
Whoa,
I'll
would
be looking
that
for that
be Jalaster by chance?
yes, indeed.
Of course, it's Jalaster.
A man who does not know the meaning of the word no.
He does. He just treats it as a taunt, if anything.
I think.
But,
he
I
knows
believe
the
his
word.
exact term he said to me before was, no is just a word you say before you're drinking enough. Which, you know, is probably true, to be honest. But, like,
Exactly. Is he wrong? No. He's very rarely wrong. He'll never admit it.
Well, I see we have a common acquaintance. Gabriel Duran. Pleasure to meet you.
Balloon Wardrag sticks out a gauntleted hand,
Yeah, she takes it with
Takes
her
it.
gauntleted hand as well.
leans in close and goes like, don't worry. I know that you're part of, you know...
What do you mean? You know?
Yes.
Well, I doctors. But
No,
what does that mean?
Yeah, eye doctors. Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
I'm just kidding. I know.
Look, I was having some drinks with some new buddies of mine. Take my advice. Don't go down the portal. Last time I was down there, a lot of people died. It's getting really bad down there.
Well, you're looking at the last survivor of that pit hole in there. It was
Mhm.
horrible. Horrible. Because they're in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I had a little help of them, but at least I'm here in one piece. I'm not missing an arm or anything.
I've been trying to
Yes.
convince Stern to just brick the thing up. It's been more in the of all my years. In the last 3 months, I've seen more deaths than in the past 10 years. It's too dangerous.
There's a lot of.
I would.
Go on, sorry.
I would agree. The things that lurk down there, one would be expecting to find an illithid or something like that at this rate.
I'm pretty sure when I was down there, I saw something with tentacles just for the corner of my eye, moving really fast. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before, and I was petrified.
Well, many things have tentacles on them, boy. I mean, illithid, potentially. I've not seen one down there myself when I've been down, but I've seen displacer beasts and all sorts, and
You've been down there, huh?
many times. I used to take people down, but I don't anymore. It's not safe. I advise anyone who comes to me to look for an escort, I advise that it's much safer to stay up here, or there's plenty of other dungeons in the world to go check out. You don't need to get yourself killed underneath a city.
As territory, could Gabriel just, try and read him just to see
Yeah,
anything
make an insight
unusual
check.
about him? Thank you. She doesn't know what to look for exactly, but just like general oddities at this point. I can add a D4 to that.
I would add D4.
Wee. 15.
Can I sorry.
What?
sorry,
You
bro. So I was gonna say, when he said he's never seen us one of those mind flare creatures, can I insight that, see if he's lying?
Nick, go for
He
it.
said he never seen them down there though, not in general.
Make an insight, Sully.
I'll make an insight check.
Go for it. Gabriella, you believe with 15 that he is lying. you think he's specifically lying about how dangerous Undermountain has become. You don't really know why he's lying, is unclear, but he's definitely like pulling up like, oh yeah, there's been more people dying last 3 months. It's kind of like, you know, it's like saying, oh, did you hear, like, yeah, more people die to shock attacks like than you know, dog bites, or, you know, it's like that, like, very, he's just pulling kind of like numbers and stats with no real anything to back them up.
Yeah.
He's definitely a bit nervous about the subject, like maybe he's scared down there, or you're not sure, but he's definitely hiding his true feelings. That's fairly obvious to you.
Definitely pub talk. Yeah, I know this. Yeah, facts.
Sullivan with a natural 20 in insight. I'm gonna say I'm gonna let you make a free Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh.
Arcana.
Because you can't gain much more than Gabriella, even with hers. But with a 21 Arcana, the weapon on his shoulder, you sense it is... It's almost like you're being watched without, like... It's like the weapon has almost a level of sentience to it. That goes beyond the person wielding it. And
it's like one of those, like, it's like one of those sixth sense, like when you know being watched by something, but not exactly what.
Although you can't, there's no expression or face on it, but you just get this bad vibe from it that it's not. If a great axe could feel uncomfortable, that's what you kind of pick up. But it's a very weird alien insight, because it's not a humanoid, it's an object, you know. But there's just something a bit funny, you know. It's that little in your gut.
Yep.
But you think very few people would notice that, if any, really. It's
well.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself for now.
I should go check the Undermountain before, you know, you convince them to board it up. I actually have some apparently unfinished business down there, it seems. Family.
If you do go down, I ought to be careful. And if there's family down there, I would prepare yourself for the worst. And
I know it was a rather strange occurrence. I was surprised, of all places, a family member of my stature would go to the Undermountain, of all places. Any idea what, you know, nobility could look for down there, of all places?
Same thing everyone tries to look for. Wealth and riches. But I think what everyone fails to forget is so many heroes been down there in the last how many years? There's no wealth and riches really left. Just monsters.
That is sage advice indeed.
If you absolutely must go down there, I would escort you as an ally of our mutual group, of course.
Really?
But
could she insight his intentions with that?
Yeah, of course.
She doesn't trust. It's like, yeah, I'll board it up. But yeah, if you want to go there, fuck it.
23. Gabriella, you get a sense that he wants to get you down there, and if he's like, yeah, bring me down with you, you don't think his intention is necessarily to protect you when you get down there.
That's very noble of you. I'll be sure to contact you. I presume you frequent this place?
I'm here most of the time at the minute. My business of escorting people down there has kind of dried up, mainly because I'm spending most of my time stopping business. You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to get people killed. I want to just make sure that people are safe. If I lose out some gold protecting people, that's just the way the world works, you know?
Well, I'll be sure to contact you about that. We have business for today, maybe for tomorrow, but how about maybe the day after tomorrow? Sounds fair?
Certainly. Yes, of course.
That'd be wonderful, thank you. Do you want anything in return? We could offer some compensation, not sure.
Gold always is helpful, you know, just to help keep my tankard full here, but we can sort that out after we get back. I don't want to...
Of course, but if you're interested in 4 tankards, we do own a tavern. It's not as prestigious as, you know, the Yawning Portal, but we do offer some different selections and interesting brews. So if you ever want to pop by the Old Familiar, feel free to. We'll be sure to give you a few drinks at the house. How about that?
Sounds good. Maybe whenever it's a bit quieter in here. If I feel like if I leave, I'll have some idiots climbing down the well and getting themselves killed over a silly bet.
That is fair enough. Thank you.
Very welcome. Have a good day. I gotta go. And he picks up his, like, 5 pints and, like, waddles back over to his table, puts them back down. Goes like, so, where were we? Wait, you were telling me about that, that half-orc that you'd seen. She sounded like a strong woman. And I just, conversation kind of falls back into rowdy
Impressions?
When he starts walking off, and he walks off from the table, he goes wherever he's going. I turn around to Gabriella and Logan and I said, did you felt that about this weapon? Like it was somehow watching us?
I did pick up enough red flags for Griffin landing.
But it's not. It feels like there's a very uncomfortable feeling, as if you're being watched by that weapon.
Strange.
Can I do a divine sense while the group?
I was actually gonna turn around to Logan and ask Logan, say, Logan, can you do your thing to see if you can?
What thing?
You know the thing you do to identify, spirits and evil and all that. You know that stuff you do sometimes.
No, I just sniff the air. That's all it is. Sniff the air.
I'm sorry. I had bad prawns last night, and I'm not talking about that evil. Talk about.
Okay.
Logan, there are no Fey, fiends, or undead attackers.
No, we're good. So, chickadee boo.
I don't think when he gave me the offer to escort me down into the Undermountain, he had the best of intentions in mind. I think he had more of the let's walk around that corner and intentions in mind.
Are you saying you should kill him and take his weapon?
Why would he want to do that, though? Why would he want to hurt you?
I don't know, like when I mentioned Undermountain, didn't you hear it in his intonation? I don't know how to describe it. It seems like he is afraid of something down there that he doesn't want people to go down there for a reason.
Oh,
not because people are dying, but because I don't know. He just seemed to pull out the fact that people are dying more often here. Just like out of nowhere.
Maybe he wants to take us downstairs and kill all of us and take our belongings and then come up and say, "Oh, they all died downstairs. Don't go down looking for them,"
Or maybe there's something down there that he doesn't want people to find.
Yes, I wasn't really paying attention to that bit. There was a lizard folk over there with breasts. Did you see that? It makes no sense. Why?
I did actually. It was quite impressive.
Everything else kind of shut off. I was working through
But he didn't give off many. He gave off quite a few red flags. So, as you heard,
he's a man. What do you expect?
Yeah, more than usual. But I took it, as you could hear, I took him up on his offer. So he'll be escorting us there in 3 days. So we have a few days to check back with the black staff, maybe get something prepared. And
do you think that weapon could be cursed and maybe the weapon somehow is taking possession of him, maybe, perhaps, or the weapon itself is controlling him? I don't know.
I don't know. How did you describe that feeling of the weapon again?
It was a very uneasy feeling, as if you've been watched by something. I don't know. It's a very unpleasant feeling.
Well, maybe the weapon was uneasy because its wielder was different. Like how when a pet knows that something's wrong with its owner.
No, but it's like it was as if it was watching us, as if it would just observing, see what we're gonna do, what we're gonna say. It's like if it's, I don't know, maybe someone else is watching us through the weapon. I don't know.
Would Gabriella be aware of the scrying spell?
You can make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Scry level 5.
I'm gonna waddle down.
15.
So, guys, I thought it was a smart idea to walk you guys from above and talk, but then I realised I can't even read lips properly, so I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Well, long story short, the guy gives off quite a few red flags. For some reason, he doesn't want people to go into the well, as if he doesn't want people to go down there. And Sylvan, care to describe your thing?
Yeah, it's just I felt this really uneasy feeling that the weapon is watching me, is watching us.
I mean, it technically does make sense. I mean, it's a national treasure, and it was, forged from the past. Not only the most heroic of people can use it or been given it, but sentient weapons, you're pretty much fucked.
You know the feeling I had? You know when you go to a restaurant and there's this very annoying kid on the table next to you and just stares at you constantly and makes you feel very uncomfortable? That's the kind of feeling I had for that weapon.
Is it like the feeling when like we're eating like on the table and you know that Google's just staring at you?
Yes, like that. Exactly like that. But worse. I mean, not as bad as this.
You know, sometimes I see his head just slightly pop up. I just see that eye sometimes. I think he just wants to be part of it.
My idea was that maybe the weapon itself could be under effect of some kind of scrying spell.
I mean, with the knowledge I have of the axe, would I know sentient weapons at all? Like stories of sentient weapons? If it's like
With the previous check, there are you are aware that some magic items do have a level of sentience behind them. It's possible that could be the case here.
I mean, there are stories of weapons having their own faults, I guess you could say, but I've never really believed it. I've always tried and made one, but it not seemed to be possible. That's what made Google. But an actual weapon, quite
Well,
fascinating.
one way or another, we have arranged a date with him for the day after tomorrow for us to take him into the Undermountain. So.
Did you just say he doesn't want people to go there?
Yeah, no. Basically, I told him I want to go down there to look for somebody. He was like, "Oh, really? I will take you down there. Of course I will." Wink, wink. Bash, bash behind the corner.
It sounds very contradicting, doesn't it?
That's the thing. When I talked to him, it seemed like he wants us to go down there so he can, get rid of us, so he don't ask questions.
That's exactly what I thought.
Like, he switched his tune so eagerly. It's like, oh, I don't want people to go down there. It's so dangerous. Oh, you want to go down there? Well, if you insist, let me accompany you.
Well, he was just being nice and chivalrous because of your, the mutual friend.
Well, if he was being nice and chivalrous, he'd tell me not to go. Like, he'd insist. You don't just change your tunes that quickly. It was, almost instant.
I mean, it would kind of make sense because, our new friend told us about how Nilfum enjoys planting those things in hosts. So he has this eye everywhere. So maybe he's trying to expand his network even more.
So
where does it go? And where? Like, if it's taking him, you can imagine he might even have some royal family.
Alright, so hear me out. I suggest we take our findings to the Blackstaff and ask her about what to do next.
How about maybe if you ask some kind of specialist in magic weapons and describe this weapon to him, maybe he can give us some insight on what this weapon actually is.
The Blackstaff is literally,
Yes.
the most powerful magical being around, I think.
Yeah, I can ask her, but she might, maybe. Yeah, could do that as well.
I mean, considering the door actually talks, and when she comes down, the stairs just kind of evaporate.
Appear, and the floating doors, and
It also, I don't like asking this woman too much questions. I don't.
I wonder how. I wonder why.
Yeah, giving her too much information, I don't know if it's a good idea.
It's our job to relay things to her, and I do not want to get on her bad side.
We could technically, with your connections, Gabriella, we'll talk to Blackstaff about it. We could always try to see if we can make connections to the Silver Gauntlet as well, for a priest to cast spells on him. But
I think I'll be asking quite a lot of the Order as of now, but if worse comes to worse, I'm sure we could arrange something.
Because those spells I know help deal with a brain problem. I have never studied them.
Alright, how about this? I suggest that we report to the Blackstaff, see what she tells us. Then if she condones us going on our little date with our new friend, we go there, see what happens. If he tries something and we manage to subdue him, we can take him to the Order to see if they could get rid of whatever is wrong with him. If not, we flee and report back to the Blackstaff.
The problem I have with that is if we go down to the dungeon, how far is he gonna wait? You know, he could make us, trail us right into these lair.
I think if we set up, some not time limit, but some threshold at which we, confront him. It's like, we won't go further. Let's talk about this. We know you're up to something. It will be only us and him. He'll have nothing to hide. He can show his true colors.
Yeah, that's a plan. Should we go to the Black Staff then?
Yes.
How about if you ask Yagra up there? The table there, maybe you can ask her if she knows some information about this fella here.
That's also a good idea. Good job, Sullivan. One of the first. Yeah,
she does have some good connections, especially with people like that.
Oh, go ahead, chap. Go and ask her.
Okay. I'm gonna come with me because I don't get punched in the face again.
She looks right. Yeah, she looks rather nice. Yeah, I'll tag along.
If you don't want to get punched in the face, don't say anything that makes people want to punch you in the face.
I'm such a likable person.
I thought you would have learned this by now, but whatever.
I must have a punchable face. I don't know. People just like, oh, it's a nice guy. Punch.
You do,
no?
Yes.
If you're talking about Yagra, I am still recovering from my last encounter there, so I think...
I'm gonna go up there anyway. I'm gonna ask her quickly before we go.
I'll stay down here with you, Bosco. Powerful women intimidate me. I'll just wait for the Black Staff. Only one per day.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go and watch the show up close. I'm rather curious as to see how this goes.
Okay. So let's go upstairs.
Yep.
Look for Yagra in the table.
Yeah, you find her at the usual table, kind of like looking down over the, like at the edge of the balcony. You see she's got a like mug half filled in front of her, and she's kind of just like looking down towards the door. Like as you kind of come up her eyes, kind of lock towards the stairway.
Okay. So, hello there, Yagra. Long time no see. I know last time I came here you wasn't particularly nice, but just came to first to offer you a drink, maybe get a review of your beard over there, and then also to ask you a couple of questions. Maybe can give some insight about something. Come on.
Just holds out like her half full tankard and goes like,
And I kind of like I kind of like walk towards it. My mind's like, come on, stout.
Stout
Okay.
first, and then we can talk.
Okay, wait there.
Bonnie, like as you click, like Sullivan. Fuck, I have a name. You better than click it. Wait, staff. Come on.
Sorry, Bonnie. So I forgot she works here, my friend. Bonnie, darling, come here for a second, please.
What do you need, Sullivan?
Sorry, it's anyway. Can I get a nice stout for Yagra here, and nice glass of wine for you after work? Maybe I'll join you. We'll never know. I forgot your character's in for a second. Gabriella.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriella,
Yeah.
would you like something as well? No,
Seems you have a problem with remembering women's
Listen,
names.
it's not often that Sullivan pays for drinks in a tavern. So either take it or forget it. Okay, she doesn't want it. Okay.
What's the most expensive thing you serve here, Bonnie?
The most expensive thing we serve? Oh,
Mhm.
well. Normally I wouldn't, go shouting about it, but seeing as Sullivan's having such a generous day, it would probably be the Evermead.
No, that one.
If you want to buy a bottle of the Evermead, it is 50 gold.
Well, I will only get the bottle of Evermead if Sullivan is so kind to us. Thank you, Sullivan.
I'm sure Yagra doesn't drink that kind of fancy stuff.
Yagra can drink Evermead,
If he's buying a bottle of Evermead, I'll fucking have a pint, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you.
Have a glass.
Yeah, we can have that.
7 quarter of yes.
Logan, do you...
I think I take my koi pouch.
Logan,
Okay, give me a bottle of those.
Logan, the area...
And I give her the 50 gold.
Yep.
Do you know what's about the wine after? Forget about that one.
Not a worry.
We'll go off a drink another time. Jesus Christ, 55
what was that, Bosco? Sullivan seems to be squirming, and I'm getting rather into it.
I just feel like I sense something's off. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like the whole environment, the bar has just changed.
Like a disturbance. Almost as though, and he'll pick up a bit of colour. Like there's a disturbance in the fox. I know what you mean. It's kind of something's off.
You never see Sullivan so pale. Like it's like you've seen a ghost.
Gabriel
Like flushed.
sits down very happy next to Yagra. It's like,
Gabrielle, you're gonna nothing. Don't worry. So, Yagra, with the the lights are coming and everything. I know all the best for you. You know the little fella downstairs. What do you know about him? They know they're one of the very fancy acts over there.
Kind of looks. You mean Maloon War Dragon?
Is that his name? Maloon the War Dragon?
Yeah. Why are you sniffing into him? Probably the most honest, two-dimensional people in here.
I'm gonna try to be honest with you. I was talking to this guy there, and he was just a casual chat with him, and he was saying a lot of weird things to us. And that axe of his, it gave me the chills. It's like something is watching me, and it was watching all of us. It's a very unpleasant feeling. And something is not right about that man, and that intrigues me. Intrigues all of us.
what we are looking for specifically, perhaps, would be any significant changes in behavior on his part. Well, even no, not significant. Any changes in behavior, in general. Like, if he started behaving differently from perhaps 2-3 months ago, a month ago.
Maybe a little bit. And as she's kind of talking, Bonnie arrives and she's got this beautiful bottle. It is a 700 milliliter bottle. There's a beautiful label across the front in Elvish script. It reads Evermead.
Can I keep the bottle after, please? At least I'll keep the bottle.
Of course you can.
Okay, thank you.
She wants to buy. And she puts on 3 small stemmed glasses, and she pours a glug in each one. This is a bottle in the middle. And it appears to be like a liqueur of some kind. The bottle has literally what's the term for it's gold paper that sticks to stuff. Just really lost it in my head. It's like the gold stuff you put on, it's like the paper gold, you can spread and stuff like that. So how it lines the actual text itself on the font. The liquid itself is this beautiful, orange, amber color.
There's a gold inside, like Goldschlager,
No, there's no actual gold in the drink, no. But when you lift it to your nose and you smell it, there's beautiful scent of rose, vanilla, cherry. Some even it usually a little taste, it's like a honeysuckle breeze. But it is the elation of this beverage is incredible.
Did it bring up a sparkler? Come to your table?
Not even like that. It's a very classy thing. It is, and as you have a little sip of it, each of you can in turn. Yager probably has a fairly big gulp, not knowing what she's sampling. And as she does, you see her eyes kind of go, "Wow, nice." Ooh, normally that posh stuff kind of goes over my head. Whoa.
This is truly incredible.
The only way to describe it, a single sip of this fine drink is like tasting the higher planes themselves. It's heaven in a glass.
Well, for Sullivan, it's like hell at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, this is truly wonderful.
It is actually, my God, this is actually very nice.
It is.
I hate to say it actually might be worth the price tag. That's the fucking ridiculous bit.
I know. If I got to spend the 50 gold in something, this is it.
This is
Wow.
See, the things I do for my
Where does this come from, Bonnie?
It is it's an elvish liqueur. It's crafted by the elves of Evermead, kind of outside the elven homeland, but you have to acquire it through the Aura's Whole Realms catalog. Quite a hard thing to come by outside of Evermead itself. Hence the price.
Wonderful.
Wow. Anyway, but have a little glass for yourself as well.
I certainly will, and she'll pour a little small into a little water glass, and she'll put her tray. She'll go out in the back where the boss can't see. Enjoy. She.
I should leave there. I'll give her a wink. Thank you, Bonnie.
Very welcome, Sullivan.
As you were saying, I agree. You did mention that there were some behavioral changes on the part of.
Oh yeah. He used to go down there a lot more in the pool. Any chance he really could get. And then about month ago, 2 months ago maybe, suddenly got very pushy against people going in there. Like sort of trying to stop people, like, you know.
Well, why is that? Because yes, just like that, he was very reluctant to letting us, even considering letting us go down there. To the point where he's changed his mind and said, "Yeah, okay, I can take you down there if you want, just protect you." If someone in my line of work and your line of work, my friend, we know what that means. But we're gonna take us in there, and we're not gonna come back. But he will suddenly appear. But we were very curious. What do you think is down there?
I don't know. I mean, there's lots down there, isn't there? At the end of the day, if you asked me to sum up in 3 words, I would call him, from how long I've known, honest, optimistic, and a lucky cunt.
Lucky? Why?
He always seems to come out on top, no matter what. Don't know what it is. Very lucky.
And how long has he had that weapon for?
The axe, longer than I can remember. Good while.
Well,
Definitely outdates it.
Okay, so he's always had it. It's not something he just acquired recently.
No. Had it for a good while. You could probably ask. I would. Probably the Black Staff or something would have given him something like that. I don't know. It's kind of got similar Juju vibes as her staff, you know.
Yeah, I don't really like to talk to her, to be fair, but it seems like we are being inclined to speak to her at the end of the day, so...
yes. Well,
okay, yeah, that's it.
thank you.
I don't think I have any more questions. You got any jobs going around for us, to make some extra coin after this wine? I need to, refill my pockets.
Yeah, no, but not really. I mean, after your fuck up with the halfling job with the snow beetles, some fucker found him, by the way. Well, you guys, good work on that.
That's unfortunate. Sorry.
Oh,
Fortunate.
yeah.
Fortunate.
And just out of curiosity, what happened to him?
Last I heard, his mum sent someone, dragged him back home, and yeah. I mean, they're controlling our family. I think she'll probably have him fucking chained to a wall for a little bit, but...
Do you think himself has any money?
The kid?
I mean, never know. Maybe he's got a little savings somewhere. I was thinking maybe perhaps if someone goes
he might
there
have
and
like
help.
an allowance, but he had like a family, it's a family fortune. Snow Beetles. It's not like it's
like inheritance.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he has it just to go. But he might have an allowance or something. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, he's back home now, so that job's closed off. Shame we didn't get it. We could have used the money, but life goes on. But I'll let you know if anything else comes up.
Okay. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of the wine. I mean, let's take a little bit more here. Okay. Enjoy. Thank you, Agra.
Shirek looks like the 3/4 full bottle and just goes like, yeah, I will. She puts out a hand. Shakes it.
Thank you,
She's like,
I hope this also makes up for the last fuck up. Just this one's on me.
it genuinely actually does.
Thank you.
Let's call ourselves even, huh?
Thank you.
But,
Always like to service, my friend. And also, have you got any news on Davil by any chance? Is it still, locked up?
He had an audience with the Open Lord actually the other day.
And what happened to him?
Hard to tell. Birds that can get in and out of that castle aren't exactly the ones that can fly very fast. But he's still breathing, so.
Do you know how long he's pretending to be there for? I don't know how long he's going to be locked up for.
He's trying to clear up this mess with the other Zentrum. His goal is to get her on side to fuck up the other group. I think it's going to take a bit longer, to be honest. It's ambitious.
I think so too, my friend. Is a very... Do you know what? It might be a crazy plan that might actually work. So
Hey, at the end of
We'll
the day,
see.
as he said, the enemy of the enemy, my friend. If he can fucking
Exactly.
convince the Open Lord of Waterdeep that,
Oh yeah.
we'll be drinking bottles like this a lot more, I'll tell you that much.
I hope so. Okay,
We
Yaga,
shall
nice to see you tonight, and I'll be on my way. Enjoy. Then I start
Shall.
walking on the stairs.
And Gabriel would just give Yakra a nod, like, farewell, and follow Sullivan.
Good to see you, sweet Treeks.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Meanwhile, Bosco and I have just been chatting, watching Sullivan squirm, and Logan's probably been asking, you know that trick with the lights? What's it? Can you teach me how to do that? It looks quite cool.
With my creating a light.
Yes, the jumping around, that one.
I could teach you possibly. But you want to jump high? Yes.
No, the lights, the little,
Lights.
the jumping around, like the fireflies, but
Oh,
you don't have to squish them when you're done.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could definitely teach you somewhat how to do that. Sure. I mean, I kind of created them, but yeah, sure. We can maybe create a spell for you to learn that.
Thank you. It'd be because I don't do well in the dark. You see, because I'm a human, so I don't see like other people can see. So it'd be good to be able to see like you see. You see?
I do see. Yeah. We can maybe
Good.
we'll get some books. Okay. We'll study.
Oh, you're losing me. No.
Well,
Could we?
arcane structure the spell for you to imbue it, and start to cast it yourself.
Okay. So this is. I thought it'd be kind of like I'll try it, and you show me how you do it, and I'll just do the same thing, and then I'll be able to do it. It's like throwing a ball or riding a person, surely.
Sure. I mean, I cast myself slightly different than an average person, but from what I've learned with the person who taught me how to do it is you need do you have a spellcaster focus? For example, I use my handy dandy wrench.
Well, of course, I've got my family crest, my emblem, on my.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Should we do it here? I don't know who's just gonna fuck out.
I mean, if it goes well, then that will be really impressive. If it goes badly, we may be banned and locked up, and that's more Sullivan's thing. Maybe we should try it back at the tavern.
Okay.
It's already survived one explosion, so what's one more?
Okay, let's do that. Let's wait for the tab.
Okay, just do me a favor. Don't tell Sully. I want it to be a surprise. So that, what I'm thinking is, when it's his birthday, I assume his type of people still have birthdays. The out-of-town nobles. Maybe I could have the lights as the candles on a cake or loaf of bread, whatever he's into. And he tries to blow them out. It'll be a little prank. I think it'd be quite funny.
We could definitely sort that out. If not,
Okay. Okay, go.
So.
We'll talk another time.
Yeah.
I've already been kind of manifesting, meditating, manifesting every night. If you just say what you want, you get it. It's great being rich. It's great being lucky. So yes, we'll try that. Thank you, Bozzy. Also, I noticed Gabriella used the slur with you earlier when she said "long story short." I would never say that word around you. I've got a very small, very minor fuse for that kind of thing. So you just watch. I'll keep an eye.
I appreciate you being so sincere with the.
Always. I love being able to correct other people when they're accidentally wrong.
Yeah, because
Yes.
keep on doing short jokes, you know. The kneecaps don't want to magically disappear, do they?
I see. Nah. No, good one. Good one. I'm just going to move a bit further around the table. Oh, they're coming down now. They're coming down. Let's find out what made Sally look so transparent.
Silas comes down looking very depressed and sad.
I just got Sullivan to buy me, Agra, and Bonnie a 50 gold piece bottle of wine. And I'm content.
How the fuck?
I go to the bar. No questions. I don't want to talk about it. I'll sit by the bar. I was like, Bonnie, give me a shot, please.
Give him a shot
what
of
kind of shot do you
Edinburgh.
want?
The cheapest one, but the strongest thing you have in the bar. I don't care. Just give me the strongest thing you have, but the cheapest.
The cheapest, but
cheap and strong.
strongest shot. Okay.
Yes. Something like a. I
kind
think
of
they call Rain, the Rain nephew, something like that. They have
Can somebody,
Fey nephew, that thing.
can somebody cure blindness here? Well, anyways, what we not?
It helps you sometimes.
I'll catch up on what we found out as we head to the Black Staff. How about that?
That's good.
Perfect.
Probably a Thai whiskey would be the cheapest thing I've gotten a shop for.
I'll have that one.
Yep. She pours you a little shot of fire whiskey. You put on a silver piece and she takes it. Yeah, there you knock it back. It is just fireball. Like, I mean, that's what it is.
Fireball. Woo.
Cinnamon
I hate-
infused whiskey.
I hate cinnamon. Ah.
As Sullivan goes, "Wah," a little of fire like comes out of his mouth.
Oh, that's
Please. That's some strong shit.
Well, anyway, should we get going to the Black Staff?
Yes, let's.
When you're outside and out of it, so the main thing we found out is that before our friend in the tavern used to go down into the Undermountain all the time, but a month or two ago, he changed his tune rather drastically.
Well, he's a bard. What?
A month or two ago, he stopped going down there.
No, I've had boyfriends do that. It's terrible. So clearly it's not the weapon then, because he says he's had that for a while.
Indeed. I think
So what happened a month
I
ago?
think he ran into something down there.
Oh, maybe he caught something.
Oh, he could have caught something.
Or something caught him.
Indeed. Well, if the weapon was giving off such strange energy, as I said, I have no idea how sentient weapons work, but could it be that the weapon knows its owner and that it knows there's something wrong with him?
Oh, you believe that stuff? I thought that was Sullivan being,
No. Bosco talked about it a bit as well, didn't you?
I mean, I read about sentinel weapons, but I guess in theory that could be true. Like, he could not be happy with his owner no more.
I was more inclined to think that the weapon is kind of controlling him. I don't know. Because the feeling I had was, it wasn't a good feeling. It was a very evil and an easy feeling. So if the sword was worried for him, I wouldn't have had that feeling of...
The thing is, if the weapon were the cause, it would have started at a different time, because he, as we confirmed, he had it for quite a bit, but this...
Unless if something took possession... If it is a sentient, so how about this? If the sword is sentient, how about if something took possession of his sword? Is that a possibility?
I think none of us know enough about these kinds of things, and that's why we should ask the most knowledgeable person about these things.
Bosco, what do you think?
I'm afraid Gabriel wasn't actually referencing me.
Yes.
Oh.
I appreciate you, Bosco, but I think we know...
This is out of my forte.
Oh, Black Staff.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean,
sorry. context clues.
Making objects, creating things. I can help you there. Divine weapons that think themselves? Not quite.
Well, I suggest we get going then.
Okay, are we getting a cab again? It's still quite windy.
Sure.
I'll get this one, but Bosco, you grab one of your friends.
I can certainly try. I mean, there's hundreds of taxi drivers here, so we can only pray.
Also, unfortunately, you'll see any recognized like in that quick scan across the street.
Sure. Let's just go with this one.
Okay, new friend. Wonderful. We're going to the Black Tower Staff Gate.
Blackstaff Tower? Yeah, don't worry, love. I'll get you there.
That's the
Only one silver, love.
1 silver. Wonderful. Here's 1 silver.
Thanks so much. And travel along the carriage, takes you up Waterdeep Way, along the it's still good unless you arrive passing the Halls of Justice at Blackstaff Tower. You guys get out, you hear the doorknob groan. Oh, these lot again.
Yes.
Okay, now you ever fuck off, do you? You sort of fucking hit my face.
As soon as he starts doing that, I'm gonna start knocking.
Ah! Oh, fucking hell, my nose! The door swings open.
Nice to see you as well.
Nice to see you as well.
Must be a tough job being a door, eh?
Oh, it's really painful. Don't cross the Blackstaff. You hear you step inside.
What a knob.
Indeed. What a knob.
As you come in, for once, Savra is actually out in the open. She's sat at a
Savra?
desk on the ground floor. Not Savra, sorry. Blackstaff. Title is... Valshra, sorry. Apologies. One of them has a V at the start and one of them has a fucking S, you know? They're all the same, really.
Yeah.
Miss Valshra, she sat at one of her desks. She's got this, like, curly, tight curled hair, reading a book in front of her. And as you enter, she didn't even look up. She was like, well, good to see you back literally so soon.
Yes, we did a bit of reconnaissance at the Yawning Portal as you asked us.
How is Mr. War Dragon?
And we're here to return your weapons as well. Sullivan, turn the woman no weapons.
Well, yes, you go do that while we can discuss so we don't take too much of a precious time. Mr.
Sullivan,
War Dragon.
do you go to return the weapons?
I don't have them. Sullivan does.
Yep, but does Sullivan go for his bag and wide, or silver weapons you were given?
Wait, we still need the silver weapons, no?
No, we've already done it. The well round.
Okay, yeah, we'll give it back.
Yep. Sullivan,
Give it
you
back.
open your bag and they're all gone. Don't worry, I collected them
Bosco?
last night.
What do you mean collected last time? But did it... When?
What's the best way to describe this? And she takes the book in her hand, she puts a bookmark in it, closes it over, and she throws it to the left, clicks her fingers, and just appears in front of her with it open at the same page, and she just goes back to reading. Like that, kind of.
Okay.
I would learn that.
Scary.
About Mr. War Dragon, he does seem rather suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So from what we managed to gather, about a month or two ago, before a month or two ago, he was very, very enthusiastic about going to the Undermountain through, the well in the Yawning Portal. But about a month or two ago, he changed his tune rather drastically, trying to bar most people from entering. And even when we discussed the topic, he did his best to dissuade me from doing the same. But when I suggested I still want to go there, he again switched his demeanor very drastically and said he had to accompany me there then. And you could pick up, you get when people have ulterior motives when they talk, especially when you work in politics as I do sometimes. He seems to have some kind of agenda. I'm not sure what agenda, but it's strange. And Sullivan also picked up something strange about his weapon, but I didn't feel it, so if he'd be so kind to describe it.
It's just a feeling that it felt like they was watching us. It's almost like spying on us and everything we were saying and doing. It wasn't it was just like something evil was watching. It was a very unpleasant feeling.
Yes, Kelben had thought such. Unfortunately, they can't really communicate with each other to get a direct conversation. Yes, there's definitely something off there.
Well,
Well, I think we should note as well, the reason why we're concerned about the whole him switching is because we've recently made a new friend in the Xenophar, and he mentioned that the Illithid likes to hide away, likes to implant things called mind flares. Not mind flares, oops. What are they called? Gone blank now. Called the brain things into people and use them as almost like sleeper agents. I'm just concerned he possibly might be one.
She grips the staff. It's like propped up against a chair. You're talking of intellect devourers, I assume.
Yes, that's the one. Sorry. Books.
Quite nasty things. She kind of looks at Bosco closely. And quite a recent topic of interest, I think. In the regard of yourself. Yes, they are capable of replacing the brain of an entity. Taking over the body, puppeting it to whatever whim or need they must do. They seem to gain all the memories of those who were there before. Not pleasant, I would say.
How noticeable would this be if one of these creatures took over someone else's brain? How noticeable would it be? Is there any signs, any telltale symptoms, or you can tell someone's being taken by one of these creatures?
They learn all of the past knowledge that the creature once held. They also learn all of the personality of that creature. It's nearly impossible.
So there's no scars, there's no holes in it. It just replaced the brain completely magically.
They teleport inside your skull, consume your brain whole, and replace it in a matter of seconds. And when I say seconds, I mean less than 5. It is instantaneous.
That's horrifying.
There's reports of people with them who have them, who don't even know that they have them. They whenever under interrogation or probe, they're not even aware of what they are. You know, they simply are.
Is there a way to test to see if they have intellect devour inside their heads? Some kind of magic, some kind of magic to dispel it or to get it out?
You can you can push them out with abjuration magic. Yes, protection from evil is a good one to oust it. However, the individual is already dead, without perhaps even realizing it. The consciousness is artificial. It's from the intellect devour in their head. It's a very simple spell level. From the first circle of magic, you can cast it. The risk is you do kill the host. With no brain, they will simply die. They can intellect devours could lie dormant for decades, theoretically. Hidden in plain sight, and slowly worm their way in. They're not fun things.
I will also. So go ahead, Logan. Sorry.
Logan's having he's panicking a little bit after what happened to him with the intellect devour, because he doesn't remember whether anything teleported in because he was zonked. And he touches the emblem on his chest and channels his paladin powers to cast protection from evil and good on himself.
Yep. Logan, you cast a spell that washes over you, and you feel nothing happen.
Oh, wow.
You could all.
Okay, I knew that. I was just doing it to show you the spell
Mhm.
because it's fine. Everything's that's
Yeah.
the spell. There you
Yeah.
go. Protection from evil and good, and I cast it on myself for no reason other than to show you the
Mhm.
spell. Can I have a glass of water or something? Ideally with alcohol in, made from grapes.
Could almost say these
I've got
intellectual
coffee.
are.
I don't know what that is, but I'll take it.
You could say these devours are literal carbon copies of the person once before, but instead they're just used as puppets for the mind
Uh,
in control.
Well-
Indeed.
What's that? A kobold copy?
Carbon.
the kobold.
What's carbon?
It's just
Ca-
like an exact copy, like a
It's like an iced bun.
Like-
Carbon.
Like a car bone? Is it like a car made of bones? Like a carriage? A car bone?
A mug of
Like-
brown liquid floats over to Logan from each hand.
the best way to play it, Sally. Think of your friend Bonnie.
Yes.
That's it. That's what I'll say.
Actually, don't think
Oh!
of it. It's inappropriate with a lady around.
Where? Oh, sorry, Gabriella. I'm sorry.
I am
also-
also present.
Mhm. You really
Yeah,
have an
some
issue
can say that.
with
Yeah.
even women today, Sylvan. Also,
Some can say that.
I'll also add to the fact that I arranged with our, let's refer to as a target, to accompany us to the Undermountain. He seemed so eager to do so, and it seemed rather suspicious of him. So if he is indeed a sleeper agent or has ill intent, it will show there.
If Logan here has the ability to cast that spell, simply, it's a very handy spell if you're facing monsters. If you're going in Undermountain, casting that spell on someone, it would not be. I would not deem it as a threat.
Yeah.
If I did not know what it was capable of. So perhaps having him even cast it could be enlightening. If
That
you
sounds
truly
like-
think that's what it is.
That sounds like a good idea. But would you happen to have any maps, perhaps, of the area of the Undermountain near the Beyonding Portal?
I wouldn't
Dwelling?
have anything handy, at least in the moment. I could dig them up. My library is vast. It will take me some time. And
Would
she
you-
begins walking over, kind of like past a little bit, and as she does, she leans into Logan and she like taps the staff on Logan's like half. And Logan, you hear a voice in your head that does not sound familiar. You, the one of nobility and light, the one of short stature in your group, has fears that his brain has been replaced. If so, he's a threat. Cast the spell upon yourself that you have once before on him. Reveal to himself if he is true or false. He will resist, but if he is false, you are best without him. And if he is true, he is best knowing. And then the staff lifts from your leg, and she continues like walking along with it as if it is, and it's like it's like very, very rapid. Like, you just a voice in your head. But in the library, maps of Undermountain. It'll take me some time. This thing needs a real good sort through, to be honest. But I could probably dig some up.
If you'd be, would you manage to do so? Perhaps we arranged with the target for the day after tomorrow evening. So, would that be possible for you to?
It's because
If not, I can rearrange. Of course, I can do my best.
the only reason why is because we know the Illithid has a lair somewhere in this vast network, and we don't want him to lead us to it, or we just want some sort of surrounding.
What's unfortunate is my primary contact for the layout of Undermountain is the very one we're suspicious of. I could try to find an old set of blueprints or old maps, but I can't guarantee how in date they are.
I think it's better than going in blind.
I'll do my best to find something.
Thank you.
May take some time.
We appreciate it. Thanks. That's all we have to report, as of now. Oh, if we do come to blows with the target, is there anything we should know about him? Any specific capabilities? Anything to watch out for?
He wields Azor Edge. It's a magical battle axe. Older than this, and she waggles the staff. I would be very careful if he still can get that in his grip.
So you suggest disarming him as
That
quickly as possible?
will not happen. If you even manage to get a hold of that axe, you will find it probably 10 times the weight of what it is. I've seen someone try to take it off him before, and it literally melted into the floor and got stuck there. Until
But
he
we
simply
don't-
walked over and lifted it up again like it was not adhered at all.
I was not suggesting that we take it from him and keep it, more like prevent him from holding it,
No,
hold us.
I agree. Maybe a whole bursting spell, something like that would restrain him. Yes, indeed. But getting the axe off him, the second it is no longer in his possession, it'll become very unwieldy. And if it will adhere, it looks like, to surfaces. And then he can simply, it seems, remove it from those who've had to go.
Fair.
Think like the old myth of a sword and a stone.
Got Alright, we'll keep that in mind then. Is he capable of casting any magical spell, or does he have any magical capabilities, perhaps?
Nothing I'm aware of. The axe does. He can shield himself with it. But apart from that, I can't think of anything that he has innately.
Very well, thank you. Well, this will be an interesting event, definitely. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. Anybody else?
Nothing from me. We can talk when we're back home. It's fine.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think isn't it due time for our last little fight?
So they could probably smell the coffee from Logan. It's like, yes.
Logan's knocked it back. He's like downed it. Oh.
Hospital.
Damn.
Coffee was too much.
I should have saved him some.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I was connected for a second. Yeah, I was gonna say, but when the coffee came past, I'm sure Sully won't have to smell it. And I was like, that smells delicious. Can I have one of those before I go, please?
Of course. And with a finger of the new mug floats up in your direction.
Just be careful, Sully. It makes you hear things, and it's strong stuff. It'll probably give you some hairs on your chest because you.
I mean, like this one's.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Do you even have skin under that? You could sell that to a carpet maker for far more than you're trying to steal things.
You know, when I was younger, I used to shave it. I love everything, but now I just like to embrace it.
Wait. Go back to
There's a class of natural armor
Wait.
at this point.
Wait, Logan, did you say you hear voices when you drive?
No, just the one voice, actually. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's nothing. Let me,
It's fine. We'll chat when we're home. It was like something was in my
it's
head.
so delicious. How do you make this?
Fair enough, I suppose. Let's get going.
I mean, yes, because hearing voices in the head is very normal.
It was just the one voice. Do you not always have a voice in your head telling you not to do things? For me, it's usually my mother.
I mean,
Telling me not to do
I have things telling me, like, do it, Sullivan, do it, take it. It's yours for taking.
Yeah,
I didn't realize, it's
that's
me
you.
just talking to myself.
I mean, you have a ghost hand, so, and that fellow, Clado Shaw, whatever his name is, he keeps popping up and influencing you, But
Yeah,
no.
that's true, but I never hear him. I know there's something in me, but I can never hear him. He never talks to me. I mean, I don't even know if it's a he.
you can't exactly blame him. I mean, look at you. Not exactly charming company, even in your own body.
Maybe it's
What's left of it?
maybe it's similar to the axe. You know this as something.
Maybe that's why I felt what I felt. I don't know. Maybe it was a myth in it. Maybe it was whatever's inside of me that felt what's inside the act. I don't know.
But we're agreeing though that additional voices in your head that are not yours are a good thing, and you should listen to them.
I think we're getting into the metaphysical here.
I don't know. I'm getting confused. I think this coffee started to kick in. Do you know what, Miss Blackstuff? Can you tell me how to make this? This is actually amazing.
Personal experience, I don't think hearing voices is a good thing.
I believe we have we have coffee back at the old familiar, Sullivan.
Do
Wait,
we
wait,
have
wait,
coffee?
wait, wait, wait.
Do we have coffee back from? Oh, yeah, there we do. Okay, but not
got
this one. Not this one.
I've got to cut across you. Bosco, you just said from personal experience having extra. Are you hearing the voices in the room right now? Are you hearing extra voices? Because I feel we need to maybe talk this out sooner rather than later, if you are, because of the voices that, well, the voice, actually, singular, that I heard, the one that's not my mother, not me, it was about you being worried about the voice, some voices, maybe.
I'll look at Gabriella go like this.
Alright.
I mean, I've just read about, voices, and, I'm sure hearing voices in your head just means either going a bit crazy or something's definitely trying to take over your mind, maybe.
Is it something that... Are you worried about it, though? Are you concerned?
No. Why would I be concerned?
Can I insight check that, please?
Sure. Oscar, you can roll a perception check or a
I'll be like, so why don't you let Logan cast it on him on you?
Shh. I wouldn't do that without his consent.
Why not? I mean, surely there's nothing in there.
I mean, surely you wouldn't want to do that right now when we're about to fight a bunch of weird people.
I mean, yes, because I'm now worried. What about if you turn on us? What if you're not Bosco? I don't feel safe walk with you anymore.
Sullivan, Ache, the Ukfei, be quiet. Bosco, it's going to be okay. Come here. And he's going to go sort of kneel down, quite patronisingly, but trying to be nice, and hold his arms out for a hug.
Yes, go and hug him. Go and hug him.
No, good.
It's going to be okay, Bosco.
Everything's gonna be fine. There's nothing to worry about. Can I give you an advantage? Deception.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay. I know you're worried, but it's going to be okay, and I'm going to show you.
Bosco, I'm pretty sure you're yourself. This is just, a formality.
You're reading too much into this. I'm giving the man a hug. Don't listen to these two. They're adding additional subtext that's not helping you right now. I'm just going for a hug. It's got an itch here. It's fine. Just don't worry about my hand being here.
We need to go hug in this tower, with a lovely patron right here, and everyone watching. Like, why do you
Bosco, hug the damn man.
I know you like
The
it. so
sooner
just
you
go for
hug
his-
him, the sooner you will leave.
Yes, it's not the first time. I guarantee you they haven't hugged a man like that. So just do it.
You
Come on,
think so?
you might like it.
You heard our patron. Chop chop.
I mean, hug him or leave, I don't mind, but just
Okay,
fuck off.
Boss,
Yeah.
open the door. Okay, let's go then. Let's...
You go for the door, Bosco, and it's not there.
I think the only way for you to get out of here is if you give him a hug, my friend. Just saying.
Why do we have to give him a hug now? We can just give him a hug later. It's fine.
Okay, Bosco, come here, and I'm going to try and grab Bosco.
As you do that, Bosco, make me a perception check. Make me an insight check, Bosco, sorry.
Oh, God.
Because you look for the door, your brief scan, you get a little semi-look at Vajra. She doesn't appear to have even as far as you're concerned, she's not aware the door has vanished. With an 8. She doesn't even seem to be. She's still like, where is this map of under? Like, she's just like looking at bookshelves, She's almost like turning her back on this whole scenario that's happening. Logan, if you want to try to grapple Bosco, that's going to be an athletics check against Bosco's either acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
Oh.
god! Even with the natural 20 is not enough.
So I'm gonna reach into my pocket for a bit of powdered iron and silver because it's part of the spell. And as I go, like I'm gonna do a very short run up and like a full-on like American football flying tackle horizontal in front of me, chucking the powder at him.
Yep.
Tackle him round, and at that point, cast protection from evil and good.
Bosco.
It's for your good.
You are flung, like your weight goes out from under you before you are ripped back by Logan as his spell washes over you. You feel this horrible burning sensation, and that is where we're gonna stop for today.
No! You killed Bosco!
You don't know.
He's already dead.
And we will pick this up next week.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Cliffhanger.
The reveal of the spell.
I like how you say next week. We pick this up again in 2
In
months.
7 years. Yes, but we'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we're